Everything is meaningless. There's a book of the Bible that actually starts that way. Actually, it continues that way. It's kind of the point of the whole book. It's called the book of Ecclesiastes, and it's a dark and brooding and kind of extra little book of the Bible. It's deep in the Old Testament. It was written by King Solomon late in life, and it's really a book where he's testing out what a hopeless, really kind of godless view of life looks like and feels like. And the determination that he comes to is evident in the first few verses. Meaningless, meaningless. Everything is meaningless. Nothing matters. We're all going to die anyway is kind of the point of the book. Now I laugh at that, but sometimes we feel like that, right? Life lets us down. Somebody disappoints us. We get in touch with our mortality, the temporary nature of life, and suddenly we start to think, does any of this really matter? Is all of this just like pointless? I mean, I don't want to get too dark. I don't want to get to Taylor Swift's Evermore album, but sometimes we feel that way, don't we? The point of the book of Ecclesiastes, however, really is to reveal the hopelessness of building your life, building your understanding of your existence, building your meaning and your purpose on the things of this world that ultimately will all pass away, including ourselves. Jesus confronts this at the end of his most epic teaching called the Sermon on the Mount, where he says, look, there's two kinds of people. There are people who build their lives on sand, and then the winds and the waves come and they realize that the foundation of their life is eroding and the house falls apart. And it's a terrible, terrible thing. And then he says there are people who build their house on a rock that can't be eroded away by the winds and the waves. And he says you should build your house on the rock. And of course, Jesus is referring to himself. He's saying he is the thing you can build your life on, where when the winds and the waves come, you'll discover that the foundation of your life still stands, that there is in fact meaning and purpose and beauty to your existence, because your existence, your whole identity, your whole self is not built on stuff that will ultimately fall through your hands or a body that will fail and die. It's built on him who lives. So if you're feeling a bit like life is meaningless, I encourage you to read Ecclesiastes, but then flip maybe 1,000 pages to your right to Matthew chapter 7 and read about sand and rock. Oh, that's good. That's really good. This is not meaningless. This is good.